All right, welcome everybody. You could, yes, and indeed, you could choose to spend anywhere, anytime, but here. But if you tuned in, then you either know the secret or you're about ready to know the secret about this amazing, amazing opportunity that Mr. Barsano has blessed us all with. And I'm going to set some expectations. So bear with me just one moment. Just holler when you can see my screen, and then I will
It's coming
take you.
up, Edward. It's
All
coming
right,
up right now. Yeah.
very good.
All right. Just make it bigger.
Yep, there you go.
Get
All
rid of
right.
the slide there.
So expectations for today. Those of you that have not seen this, like I said, you're in for a ride. Those of you that have seen it and uh, are here to learn more, congratulations. If we met you at the Alan Staples Show, then pleasure to see you again. Welcome to the family, and away we go. So, two words. Normally, it's one word: transformation. If you've ever been in a position where you've had more month at the end of the money, then this sets out to change that. I personally can tell you full transparency. I've been there before, but not anymore. The second word is cash flow. There are very few opportunities for cash flow on this planet. That is, if you spend a whole bunch of money on real estate and you have toilets and trouble and bad tenants, that's not so cool. If you own a bunch of stocks and they throw off dividends, great. That's also cash flow. If you own your own business, maybe franchise, you've got cash flow. There's no other product on the market today that will almost immediately give you cash flow constantly. Mr. Barsano calls it free money. So we're going to show you an opportunity to buy some of your time back and improve your financial future as much or as little as you wish. We're going to go over about a 45-minute deep dive into GoBabyTrade's core features. GoBabyTrade is the only crypto completely automated crypto trader and money management system that exists. It trades for you 24/7, 365, literally set and forget it. And you'll hear that multiple times tonight. We're going to go over what I call the $1 billion report, which identifies optimal trading opportunities, that being very high volatility coins that you could trade on your own, but you're going to miss a whole lot of trades. You're going to lose a whole lot of money. You can just pump them into the trading platform, and away we go. You're going to see live demonstration, maybe two, and you'll walk away tonight understanding that this is, as I said before, the only truly 100% crypto trading and money management platform. So, with that, ask yourself these questions because these are some of the answers we're going to provide for you. They're all questions that we get all the time, and these are things that sort of is should be your roadmap for this evening. So you're here. This is a disclaimer, not to hurt your retinas, but we're not here to give you financial, investment, legal, tax advice, any other advice other than what you're going to see is for information and educational purposes only. But we're going to present it in a way that is true fact. We're going to show you this is not made up. This is not estimations. It truly works. We are all products of the product. Mr. Barsano, certainly as the creator thereof, uses his own product. I have multiple traders. Tilla has multiple traders, and so does Simon. So with that, gentlemen, I will cut and paste these in as we go along. We're gonna be offering you $1,000 discount on a 3-year license through Mr. Staples discount link. But beyond that, let me hand it back to Attila to give us some background and setup. Yes, sir.
Ed, did you have a comment? You had your hand up.
Oh no, I don't know why I was touching my face. You got me. I don't know.
No, no, no. No, I mean, you hit the button that puts the hand up. If you look at the
Oh, I
screen.
didn't see it.
Yep. Every time you wave your hand, it recognizes
I
you.
thought I
All
thought it
right.
was because I touched my face.
You could just butt in. You don't have to raise your hand.
This isn't
Uh,
an auction.
yeah.
If
All
it
right.
is, you own everything.
Hey, Edward, I just received a little
That's
unstable
funny.
internet. So if you lose me, just take over because It's been working great all day, and of course now I'm a little unstable. But anyway, thanks for the intro. Thank you everybody for being here, and nice to see some familiar names. So my job is to just give a little background. My background personally, background on how I met Mr. Barsano, but personally, my background is all financial. Most of my life I've been in that realm. And I don't want to bore you, but in 2020, September of 2020, I was able to go full time and learn as much as I could about this space. Got a nice crypto portfolio going, but I'm a cash flow guy. So I'll tell the story of how that comes into play. But Mr. Barsano's background is I don't know what it is with the number nine with him, but he did very well to learn how to program in the Navy for about 9 years. And then he had a nuclear engineering job for a couple, and then he was one of the first hires, one of the first 350 hires by Bill Gates in the mid 80s at Microsoft and stayed there also 9 years. And he hates it when I say this, but trust me, he was top programmer and just a rock star there. But anyway, when he retired, a young man, 39 years of age, again, there's another nine in that. Um, what happened was he started investing in the stock market, and unfortunately, fortunately, in 2000, he lost about 60% of his net worth. And the reason I say fortunately is because he took it upon himself to say, you know what, that I feel like I got robbed. I'm going to level the playing field. And that's what he did in 2000, 2001. He developed it in 2000, launched it in 2001, fully automated robotic stock market trader. Well, where after a 90-minute cumbersome setup, because it was downloadable software back then, it literally traded for somebody all day long, 100% unattended. And that's synonymous with set it and forget it. So that was that's cool today. That's amazing technology today. Imagine in 2001 what that was like for people. It was
Yeah, I
mind-blowing.
didn't realize what I released to the public.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that they've never seen anything like that before.
absolutely. Yeah, people were mesmerized. And then I met him. A mutual friend introduced us in 2012. After 20 minutes on a Zoom with Ed, I said, stop talking. I get it. I always want to make money in the stock market, but I didn't want to learn. So if I could make money in that market, 100% unattended, I'm in. I bought the software, used it with tremendous success for many years. I lost touch with it because had some crazy years personally. And but this is kind of where the story takes an interesting twist, where he sold out eventually, Ed did, to a hedge fund of the original trader in about 2018-ish. And this hedge fund had previously purchased many, many licenses from Ed of the original stock trader. And then about 2 years ago, March will be 2 years, March 26th to be exact, I was sitting at my desk. And like I said a few moments ago, I'm a cash flow guy. And I said, I got a great crypto portfolio, but um, I had lost inordinate amounts of money in 5 different blockchain crypto cash flow projects. And I said to myself, how can I just keep my crypto working and making more crypto on itself, but in a safe and secure fashion? And that's when Ed Barsano popped in my head. Took me a day, but I finally said, oh my gosh, I forgot about Ed. I'll bet my life on the fact that somewhere in the last 5 years, he's developed a trader now for the crypto market. So I tracked him down. I still had his number in my phone. And you know what? We spoke for 3 hours. He confirmed my hunch that yes, he did create it and launched a crypto trader in April of 2021. And he said, Attila, it's light years ahead of the stock trader. And he gave me 4 compelling reasons why. First of all, crypto trades 24/7. Stock market only trades 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's a big advantage for the
Plus, they're off on holidays.
correct. Yeah, good point. And then the second thing is he said, look, you got to have the most volatility possible if you trade anything successfully. And there's no asset class with more volatility than crypto. And I agreed with that because I knew that already. But number 3 and 4 is what really got me. He said, I made the new version of the trader, the crypto trader. I made that web-based, and I didn't know what that meant. So I asked him, and he said, look, if you buy the license again, like you had it in 2012, I could have you connected live to your Coinbase or Kraken account in less than 10 minutes. And I was like, whoa, are you serious? I mean, believe me, folks, it was nothing like that in 2012. It was cumbersome. And I bought the license on the spot. I said, let's giddy up and get on it. And in 8 minutes or so, I was connected live with about 9 grand, 10 grand to start with in March of 2024. And it's been working amazingly well. And then number four is the kicker, though. Number four is really the most important, should be the most important to all of you. And it was to me. And that is the fact that with that API connection that Ed Barsano created to Coinbase or Kraken, we totally control our own crypto. And that is the magic, because the reason I lost all that money back in the last 5 years is because when things went south, I sent my crypto to a third-party wallet or exchange. I couldn't get to my crypto when things were tough or things were failing. So consequently, I said, Ed, this is amazing. We got to bring this to the world. And that's when we kind of started working together and marketing this on behalf of GoBabyTrade and Ed Barsano. So with that, the last thing I'm going to say before I introduce Ed Barsano is please keep two things here at the forefront of your minds, everybody, please. And that is the fact that when we say set it and forget it throughout this conversation tonight, we really mean it. I mean, there's nothing else out there that you could set up in less than 10 minutes, control your money, have a 25-year track record, be able to speak to the creator whenever needed, and make money in your sleep. That's insane. It's just unbelievable. Number two, understand clearly what this man has created for the world. He's leveled the playing field. So without anyone anywhere being an accredited investor, without anyone knowing anything about trading, without anyone knowing a thing about cryptocurrency or stocks, you hardly have to know anything about computers. You could now literally automate a portion of your financial life and make money in your sleep. Now, Warren Buffett said it best. All three of us, Edward, and myself, all subscribe to the Warren Buffett theory. He once said, over 20 years ago, he said, if you're not making money in your sleep, you're going to work till you die. I do believe that's true.
I think we can blend in Mr. Simon. He probably thinks the same.
Oh, Simon, I'm so used to doing three of us, Simon. That was
okay.
not on purpose, buddy.
It's okay.
We love you.
I'm in the
We love
shadows.
you. Anyway, so with that, Ed Barsano, the floor is yours. I'm glad you were able to join us like you do every other week on behalf. And by the way, folks, Edward and I are the support system, and Simon, on behalf of GoBabyTrade for the Staple crew and Alan Staple. So we're the support group and the educational group as it pertains to GoBabyTrade. So Ed, floor is yours.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sure thing.
First, I want to thank Simon, and Alan for putting on that event last week. That was amazing. I really wish I could have stayed that second day, man. Remember, Attila, I already checked in before the event for the airline for the next day. I already checked in for the flight. I couldn't cancel that. Otherwise, I don't know why I didn't book 2 days.
We tried to bend
We're trying
him.
hard.
We tried hard to bend him.
You were throwing everything at me. I'm like, oh man, give me another hour and a half. I'll take it, man. But I couldn't do it. And my wife was waiting for me too. Couldn't keep her waiting.
Yeah,
And I want to let you know I drink smart water. For any of you want to know how to be a genius, I'm kidding. But another thing I want to say also to everyone out there, to all of you watching this show, Edward, Attila, and Simon, just what you see on there here is how they really are. I mean, we're not putting on some kind of a fake show here on the air, and then we're different in real life. I met these guys at the event, and they're just as crazy at the event as they are on the air.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Gotta have fun. Gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun. Amen to that. Yes.
Well, look, no, this isn't a plug, but when you're able to make money in your sleep, it kind of changes your attitude and emotion towards money. and it does make things a whole lot lighter. And that, gentlemen, we all do our own um, excellence and use our own superpowers to bless everybody that we can possibly touch with this story. It's not a sales pitch, it's an educational dynamic that literally changes the way that you think about money.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I would.
Well, you know
I
that.
I
Oh, go
sec-
ahead, Simon. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say I second that. That was kind of a topic that was talked about after the event both days was the the relief one receives when something else is making money for you in the background. It just alleviates that, oh, I did all this money. I'm not at work, and now I got this hole, and now when I get back home, I got to make that up. Like when you have something that's printing money for you, it helps alleviate that, and you can just be your own natural self. But I don't want to go off the rails just yet. I know we'll do that much later in this call. So
Well,
go ahead,
but
go
on the
ahead, Ed.
same token, though, while I was flying home, remember, while I was on the stage, I said, "Can I see a show of hands of how many already own the software?" And half the room raised their hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I was flying home, I was thinking, you know, I was just having so much fun at the event. I was just joking around and all that. And so people who don't own the software were probably thinking, this guy doesn't even take any of this stuff seriously. It's just that when you got an auto trader cranking out money all the time
Yeah,
for
sure.
years, it's just
Yeah.
like, man, I'm at ease with the planet. Now, the people who own the software get that, but I was thinking on the way home, I'm thinking, but the people in that room that didn't own the software, they probably weren't taking anything I'm saying seriously because I'm kind of just clowning around,
Ed,
meeting people, and I was having so much fun.
I gotta interject, and I gotta say that I've seen you on stage many, many times going back to 2012, and you interjected enough seriousness in that half hour where people got the message. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
So you
Really?
did, it was a very nice balance, Ed, I must say.
It was
Who's
just,
balancing that?
according to Mr. Barsano, it just wasn't long enough. He said he needs at least an hour and a half to 2 hour clip next time.
Yeah. I didn't have a close,
No whiteboard.
and
No
I didn't,
whiteboard.
and
No
I'm like,
whiteboard.
I don't even know if the people knew what the presentation was about,
They
because,
did.
They did,
and,
they did.
but
Yep.
that's all right,
Yeah,
I was
most of the people that were there were well have seen us, have
three
seen the show
hours.
before, right? Yeah, Carrie says yes, 3 hours. He wants 3 hours.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
well, this is a new presentation, so go ahead.
all right, so we're gonna try to move through this, but I wanted to, I was thinking while I was driving a couple days, the last few days, while I'm driving down the street, and I was thinking, I wonder if people know how AI really works. The way AI works is really the same as your brain has an AI in it. Your brain actually has many AIs in it because each thing you're dealing with is a separate AI. And one of the AIs that I was thinking about while I was driving is as I'm approaching a green light and I'm far enough away, you're assessing and you don't realize you're doing it, but you're thinking to yourself, that light's been green pretty long. It's going to turn red pretty soon. I noticed something about myself without even consciously thinking about it. My foot starts speeding up a little bit as a light in the distance is green, and I'm thinking, maybe I'll make that light, but I'm not thinking about it. I'm just speeding up a little. Or if I start getting close enough to the light, where if the light turns yellow, your brain automatically, quickly, the AI in your brain has said, well, I've seen when a person is going to turn left in front of me, that generally it's good to just stop at the yellow light. Whereas if there's nobody in the intersection, I'm going to cruise right on through. And you're not even thinking about how that all plays out, but your brain has already seen the scenarios thousands of times. That's why a beginning driver, they're just like driving scared, and they're looking at the front of the car, whereas our brain is looking out there, and that's your AI in your brain doing that stuff. And that's what AI is. It's pattern recognition, and you're looking at all these thousands of patterns millions of times, and you don't realize it, but that's just how AI works.
Hey Ed, how did
That's
my AI do when I was driving you around in
Yeah,
Lauderdale?
you were driving fast. He's got a Mercedes. He's like flying all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
well,
you
At
when
one
you talk
point, we were
about
driving.
when you
What's
talk
that?
about driving like a beginner, now you've seen how Attila drives, and it's the last
ah,
time you'll get in the car.
Well,
nah.
at one point, we were driving on the other side of the road, and for a few seconds there, and I'm like, "Whoa, boy! All right, I'm gonna just take it easy here. He knows what he's doing." You know.
I didn't want to bore
First
you.
bad assumption.
All right, so let's get started here.
Yep,
Um. So
bucket in the well.
All right, let's talk about first what I didn't even tell the audience on Thursday is what is it I'm talking about? I'm talking about fully robotic traders that run automatically 100% of the time. You can take off. I haven't looked at my auto trader in days right now, right? I haven't looked. I've seen I see that the market has been down for a few days, and so I see it's probably down days, so we're probably not selling anything on a down day, but we are accumulating. We're trapping the market at lower prices. So that's what the AI is. It's trading the market 100% unattended. And the concept of how it trades, that's where this is what's important to understand. So there are a few people here that don't have an auto trader, so we can talk about. Let's talk about the bucket in the well. That's the most important thing. The concept here is important. And this is what most people don't understand. When I think of an auto trader, I think of like my soft water system. It just works. You're not analyzing things and setting variables and messing around with stuff. You're not worried about is how much water is being used right at this instant in time, in the how many showers do we have going on at one time? Are we doing dishes? Are we doing laundry? We're not thinking about all that stuff. But you know what? The soft water system is thinking about all that stuff. Okay? It's dealing with all that. Okay? And we have always hot water, so it's like it doesn't have a tank. It's just got that unit that just somehow heats up the water instantly. I don't know how they do it. I think it's remarkable. But you got the soft water system, you got the water, the regular hot water coming in. You got just everything, even your dishwasher. How does it work? I mean, I stood there and I watched my dishwasher a few weeks ago, and I was watching the different things it was going through. You can put it on a setting and you can actually see internally what's going on. And I'm like, dear Lord, look at all that. And I was thinking to myself, that's an auto trader. That's doing what the auto trader is doing, man. It's looking at all this stuff. And even and my dryer, the clothes dryer, when the dryer was on, I threw one item in the dryer and I tried to set it for like an hour or whatever, and it only gave me 5 minutes. It basically assessed the thing in there, and it said, you know what? It's dry. I'm not going to run for an hour. That's how intelligent, these devices are. And there's no reason that your auto trader wouldn't be just as intelligent. It should be able to look at the environment and know, and adjust its settings. And that's what the auto trader does. People aren't used to that. The public over the years has gotten to the point where they think that they have to micromanage everything in the market every second. It's like you can't do that. You're never going to be able to do that. And that's why it doesn't work. And they're gambling is what they're doing. And they're trying to guess at what the market's doing and what's going on. And they don't really even see all what's going on in the background in the market. But if you just stop and look at this, the bucket in the well is a perfect example. If it's just water, the bucket has to go all the way to the bottom and go all the way to the top and dump it out. We all know that. It's fact. It's been around for thousands of years. I imagine bucket wells have been around for a long time, right? Is it
We're
hundreds of
back,
years or
yeah,
thousands
back
of
in
years?
biblical times, thousands.
Yeah, so thousands of years, it's not rocket science. I didn't invent anything. So the bucket goes all the way down, gets the water, goes all the way back up and dumps it out. Nobody questions that. We all just know that it works. We know the bucket can't go halfway down and then go all the way back up and come. There won't be any water in the bucket. Okay? So we know it's going to pump water forever. But the way the robotic trader works is it doesn't have to go all the way down. It only has to go down a little, buy, and go up a little and sell. Just go down a little and buy, and go up a little and sell. And just keep pumping money forever. I mean, if I stopped the whole discussion right there, that would be enough for you. I mean, really, that's reality. That is how it works. I can't ask the bucket to if I'm running a 7-Eleven, I can't say I want to sell $50 bucket. I know you didn't you knew the 7-Eleven was coming, right?
Yeah.
But you know you can't sell $50 bags of potato chips. And I can't make the bucket go all the way down here and go all the way back up because I'm going to miss thousands of wiggles. And
That's right.
it's the selling thousands of bags of potato chips at $2.50 that makes the store money. You're not going to sell any bags of potato chips if you're waiting for the public to buy a $50 bag of potato chips.
Unless you're in a casino.
Maybe, you know, who's going to buy
Yeah,
a
no,
$50
that's
bag of potato chips?
Edward does
You
bring
know,
up a good point on that, but let's move
maybe a
forward.
restaurant, you know, maybe restaurants do that kind of stuff. They buy stuff in bulk, you know, but the Joe public isn't going to buy a $50 bag of potato chips. No little kid walking into a store is going to buy a $50 bag of potato chips. You just got to sell a lot of bags. You just have to and the thing is, this behavior right here that you're looking at, the up down action, it's common. It's just the way the market works all day long. I'm not making it do that. See, some people think you have to make the market do things. It's like, no, you don't. You just have to make sure that you have enough chips so that when it goes up, like if you get a 20% jump like that, and you're buying these chips on the way down, right? Even if I'm buying and selling here, and if it goes lower, I can buy and sell here. Hold that loser. Don't worry about it. Because when a coin jumps 10% or 20%, I'll sell those off up there. This is where people get the market all wrong is they want to look at slopes and they want to look at the individual indicators, the technical indicators. That's a job for AI. That's where the AI has the power to do it. And when I say AI, a lot of people have a misunderstanding of AI. AI is not the trader. Some people say, I got an AI trader, as if the AI is doing everything. The AI is doing nothing. The AI is call it a side program. That's not even in the trader. It's just the auto trader calls the AI and says, AI, do you think the coin's going to go higher or lower at this instant in time? However, it's only asking the AI when the trader itself is ready to make a trade. The AI is not telling the auto trader when to make a trade. The trader knows I'm in a buy now, so I'm going to call the AI and ask, do you think the coin's going to go lower or should I hold off on that buy? Or if I'm going to sell now, the trader says, I'm going to sell now profitably. I know I bought it here and I'm going to sell it here. And the price is now up here. So the software says, I want to sell it. However, before I sell it, I'm going to call the AI, which is separate, like two-factor authentication. And it's going to throw back a number and the auto trader is going to say, so the AI is going to say, hold on, don't sell it yet. It's going to go higher in the next few minutes. And that behavior from that AI is no different than when you see that yellow light. And a lot of times you see the yellow light, and then you have to evaluate based on your AI in your brain. Is the light going to turn red before I get there? Or should I just gun it and go through the yellow light? Of course, I got pulled over by a police officer in Chicago, and he said, we stop on yellow lights. No, you don't. Quit it. He didn't give me a ticket. I played the high school. I got a high school buddy that's a police officer. Yeah, he was cool. He didn't give me a ticket.
I
But
I
I
would have
did
got I would
insist
have got
that
the
that light
ticket.
was not red. So anyways, that's how, so AI is really a separate thing. So anytime you go out there and you see all these bots, because people always say, well, what's the difference between your bot and these other bots? And I'm like, probably 1,000 things. For one, they're lying about their AI because I don't think they really know what AI is. Why don't you ask them what AI is? Tell them how, ask them to tell me exactly how your AI works. Exactly. I just told you exactly how GoBabyTrade's AI works. Try that with other bots out there and see what they give you for an answer. And I almost guarantee you they're going to give you baloney for an answer. They're going to try to, you know, wish-washy answers. Okay, oh, the AI knows things. The AI knows nothing. Very seriously, it knows very little. Having AI is a nice bell and a whistle. That's about it. So let's go to the trader now itself. So now
Yeah.
we know how the trader works.
Great.
It's going to buy when the prices go lower, and it's going to sell as they wiggle around, as they go higher. If you're a buy and holder, this is where you get hurt. Most millions of people out there are buy and holders. They put all their money in up here, and then the coin goes all the way down here, 50, 60, 70% lower. The coin is still wiggling up and down here, but they're not making any money because they don't have any money to buy down here to buy more. They didn't do the proper money management. So all their money's tied up here in one big position. Like I know someone that bought $40,000 worth of XRP Ripple at the top at $3, and then now it's at like $1.50 down here. It's wiggling around like crazy, and they're not making a dime. With us, you're constantly buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, constantly taking money. And the profits you're taking just keep adding up forever because we never sell at a loss. And then anytime the coin makes a big jump, you have multiple lots that you can sell off at one time. If a coin jumps up 30%, 50%, you're selling off all that inventory that you thought was underwater. It was underwater for a little while, but then you still had the shares. Okay, so let's go into the trader itself. And we'll just start on the left real fast. Live trader. You can see we have videos on every page, every trade. All your pages are going to be under this menu here on the right side of your trader. All the things you can do. And so you got videos. This server, it's telling me what server my auto trader is running on. All of your servers are running on, all of your traders are running on the servers in what they call a co-location center. Like we're AT&T, Verizon, all the big companies are housing their servers in these buildings. It's got dual electricity, dual internets, secure place, eye scans, finger scans, all that kind of security. And we have racks of servers. They're like cabinets with 20 servers in each cabinet. And we have a whole bunch of those inside of a big cage that's dedicated to GoBabyTrade only. So when your auto trader's running, it's not always running on the same server. It bounces around. It could bounce to different servers. So this is just for debugging purposes. It tells me what server my auto trader happens to be running on. If I bring up other people, I see other servers that they're on. It shows me my account value. Account value, that's your funds that you own plus your fiat, your cash, your USD or your USDC. You can see that in your account value. It shows how much profits I took today. All right, first time I'm looking at my trader in over a week. So yeah, I see I haven't taken any profits today. Okay, well obviously not, because look at today's move. Down, 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 down. It's a down day. I don't expect, if I bought it down here, I don't expect to sell it on a day when it went lower. I'm going to sell it when it bounces up, when we have an up day. No problem. It doesn't matter to me where it goes. 30-day profits. I've still taken $7,000 of actual physical money off the table. profits off the table. And how did I take those? That 7,000 didn't come. I took $564. I mean, this is where you didn't take the $50 bag of potato chips, is what I'm saying. You took it in smaller lot sizes. And look at all these buys and one sell. And then if you go lower, you can see the buys and the sells are kind of spread out. You had a lot of buys where you don't have anything in there. That means it's a buy. And then there's a sell. And there's a few more buys and another sell and a buy and a few more sells. And this just goes on for the rest of your life. Oh, and here, you can see right here, the market had a few days where it popped up. Or like, what did it do on the 4th? If you look at the days here, here's the 4th, the 5th, the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And look what it took. Not even a lot of money. $17, $43, $16. And this is the beauty of it, $6. I remember Attila. You know, you were saying, Attila said during one of these presentations, he said, look at all the money it took, $366. It was actually my other trader that took $974,000. This one took $366,000. And I said, I didn't take that. And you're like, what are you talking about? I said, I didn't take no $974,000. You said, Ed, you're scared me, man. It says you took it. That's your total profits taken. And I said, no, I took this. $26, $17, $43. I sold a lot of bags of potato chips, and it added up to $974,000. And that's what I'm saying. Some people want to just get rich quick. And I'm like, take it easy, man. You can't make the market do what you want it to do. It's going to move the way it wants to move.
What?
You're not in charge of the market. What, does that offend you, Simon, that you can't control the market?
That's outrageous. I have to wait for the market to move. Ah, the audacity.
I know it's offensive, isn't it?
It's very offensive. Led, I do love the fact though that you're really trying to highlight, that this trader, we have to build this up over time. We're playing the volume game. The more you sell, the more money you make. But in order to sell in order to sell more, you have to have inventory, right? So you need that inventory. And I'm really glad that you're focusing in on this call, because I think that it's very, very important that we really understand that a 20 is a 20, whether that's 20 cents or $20. 20 is a 20.
I can only take what the market wants to give me. I can't make the market give me stuff. You want to give me $7? I'll take it. You want to give me, $1,200? I'll take that. It's whatever the market wants to give me, I'll take. I'm not here to dictate to the market. I'll let the market do what it does, and I'll just exploit it. Actually, I'm just exploiting the market. I'm taking advantage of what the market's doing. I mean, here, look at these. $2,000. So see what I'm saying? It's up to the market. You wanna do some big jumps? I'm right here for you, baby. I'm waiting for you. I mean, I got the market trapped at the bottom because when they go down and I buy more, the market's trapped down there. The coin is trapped. I've got it. There's nothing they can do, because as soon as they try to go up like that, I got you. Pay me. And if you want to go lower, I'll buy more down here. Now what are you going to do, market? I've got you trapped down there. Remember a very important thing, and this is the most important thing to really remember. BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard, Tom Cruise, maybe, Trump sitting on $7 billion worth of crypto. They all bought it higher. While the prices were going lower, they were buying. They didn't buy it all at the bottom. And right now the market is sitting near its bottom. And they bought it all up here. They're all underwater. So anytime you feel like you're underwater and you're like, oh, I want to sell these coins because I'm losing, don't do it. I mean, I'm not an investment advisor. I can't tell you don't do it. But boy, don't do it. You got the market trapped. You're no different than Donald Trump. He bought $7 billion worth of crypto up there, and now the prices are lower. You got the market trapped. Watch when that market turns up and you start selling all that inventory off that you bought. That's when you're going to make a fortune. You can't wait. Some people don't even have an auto trader. I feel bad for them. They have no inventory. It's what Simon said. You don't have any inventory. You have nothing to sell. Market takes a 50% jump. You're not going to make anything. And then what are you going to do? Jump in 50% higher? And then what? You bought one lot. You bought one time. You see that one lot you bought? Look over here. I've got 24 lots of ACH, 24 lots of Doge, 36 lots of GRT, 29 lots. I have what do I call it, Simon?
You have
I got
say it
29
again.
lots.
Oh yeah,
30
yeah, you lot. Yeah, you got inventory. Look at that inventory. It's beautiful right there.
Edward, what do I have?
Money in the bank.
I have a well-seasoned auto
Oh, the
trader.
well-seasoned auto trader. Yes, sir, you do. Yes.
You want to have a well-seasoned auto trader. You want to have a lot of inventory. And that's why when I'm doing a presentation like this and then people see it and then they don't subscribe, and I'm like, you're making two mistakes when you don't subscribe. And I'm not a salesman. Hey, somebody sent me email just today and said, Ed, I'm thinking of getting 2 auto traders. I already have one. I'm thinking of getting another one. What do you think? I said, well, what do you want to do? He said, well, I want a dollar cost average with one and I want the other one to trade. I said, you can do all that in one auto trader. He's like, oh, thanks a lot. So I don't have to get a second auto trader. I'm not here to sell you auto traders. I'm not going to try to tell you to buy multiple auto traders if you don't need them. And then I sent him an email. My response back also included, here are 4 reasons why I've seen people buy multiple auto traders. And I told them all 4 of those reasons why I feel that multiple auto traders make sense. But if you're just going to dollar cost average, for one, dollar cost average means I'm going to buy XRP, but I don't want to let it sell at all. I want to let it accumulate, but I want it to use the software's intelligence to make it buy and sell. When do I add to the position? And so that's one thing, dollar cost averaging. Then the other thing is I want other coins that I want to buy and sell. So I don't want to accumulate these other coins. I want to buy and sell on these other coins. Well, you can do that in one auto trader. You don't need 2 auto traders. See, I'm not here to sell you auto traders, but when I'm telling you the reason you need to get started immediately is because number one, you need to start building inventory because when you first sign up, the auto trader is going to buy one lot. You don't have any inventory. When the coin jumps 20%, you're only going to sell one lot. And what do I say about potato chips? If you're running a 7-Eleven, you only got one bag of potato chips on the shelf, and a school bus full of kids pulls in, and you notice they always pull in from the right. And a school bus full of kids pulls in, you're only going to sell one bag of potato chips because that's all you have on the shelf. You want to build inventory because you want to have a lot of inventory for when this market pops. Every time the market pops, I'm selling on 5% moves. When a coin jumps 5%, I'm selling inventory. If the coin price jumps 10%, I'm selling 2 lots. If it jumps 15%, my trader's going to sell 3 lots. But I have all those lots to sell. If you only have 1 lot to sell, then you only have 1 lot to sell. You're missing a lot of money.
Hey, Ed, can you do me a favor? One of the things that people really need to understand is that it's not only a robotic autonomous crypto trader with AI, but it's a full money management system. Can you talk about the money briefly? Because we got to move on, but the money management aspect of this and why it doesn't pull all your money in all at once.
Right. What it does is, it's just the well shows it. In order to be able to trade at these lower prices, you can't put all your money in at the top. The software knows it's constantly looking at the bucket of money that you have to work with and how much it's separated. If I look over here, you can see it divided the money up into each coin. It took the money that it has and it divided it up into each coin so that each coin has a bucket of money to work with. So that's money management right there. It didn't put it all in one coin and leave you with no money for the other coins. And then it's also gonna, for that coin, so when I'm looking at the bucket and the well, I'm thinking one coin. So for that one coin, I've got to be able to buy it, even if a coin drops 90%. And some of these coins did. Alchemy Pay, ACH, went from 12 cents to 1 cent. That's a huge 90% drop. Actually, that's a much bigger crash. The crypto market in the last year has experienced a bigger crash than the 1929 market crash. And if you do look at videos of that crash, people were jumping out of windows. Okay? They didn't know how to do money management at all. We laugh. We don't even care that the market's dropped 90%. I'm still trading those coins. I'll trade them at the bottom. I can trade them at the bottom down here. I don't care how long they stay down here. I'll sit here and keep pumping money. They can sit down here for the next 20 years for all I care. But if they want to go up there, then I'll sell all this other inventory that I bought on the way down, all those other lots that were bought on the way down. I'm still sitting on those. So when the price goes higher, I'm selling all those off. Plus, while the price is going higher, not only am I selling this inventory off, but it's wiggling while it's going higher. So I'm adding more while it's going higher and then selling that off too. That's double dipping. So I'm selling the stuff I bought on the way down, plus I'm selling stuff that it's bought while it's going higher and wiggling. I mean, man, I got the market trapped, man, for the rest of my life. And that feels good. And it's taken me 25 years, which sounds like a long time, but to me, it's just like yesterday.
All right. So common question. How do we pick the coins? Maybe it's time for the $1 billion report.
Yep. You can go right to the menu. And you see right here, it says highest trade counts, or go to the website and click on trade counts.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll pop up this page. And again, I'm going to reference the 7-Eleven. If you were running a grocery store, what products do you want on your shelf? Fast moving items. I want stuff on my shelf that's going to sell. If you're running a 7-Eleven, do you want carburetors sitting on your shelf? Do you want motor oil? You want to sell stuff that's fast moving. Candy bars, potato chips, soft drinks, coffee, vapes. Like this one here, number one. In the previous 12 months, it sold 1,559 of those trades. You would have, if you were running, if that was an item in a 7-Eleven, it sold 1,559 of them. The next item down sold 1,531 of them. See, I want to sell fast moving stuff. You see this 1,500? But if you go to the bottom of this report of the list of all the coins that you can trade, instead of 1,500 trades, you got 2 trades, you got 4 trades, you got 17 trades, you got 27 trades. To me, this is junk coins. They're not good for trading. They don't move enough. I don't want a coin, and these are monthly numbers off on the right here. 7 trades in a month, in the month of January. 1 trade in the month before that, December. Then November, it had no trades. October, it had 3 trades. This is just, they don't move enough. Okay, I don't want to trade stuff at the bottom of the report. I want to trade stuff that's near the top of the report, like the top 20 coins. I mean, these are the coins that are moving. Well, there's Bonk, number 23, very popular coin. Lots of people trade it. Lots of people trade WIF. So there's Bonk. There's Demo. And I can tell you, Swift and SPA were number 1 and 2 on this list for like the last 7 months. They were just bouncing around at the top. And then Lock-In came into there, came into the number 1 spot. Giga popped in. FWOG popped in. I don't even know what some of these coins are, but look at the number of trades per month. 80, 58, 100, 46. That beats the heck out of that junk at the bottom of the report. Okay, so I want to trade coins that move the most. XCN, real popular also. 123 trades last month, 44 trades the month before, 79 trades before that. I mean, look at this one here, man. Key, 81 trades, 201 trades, 260 trades. Woo, baby. Talk about free money. What an insult to humanity. I call the whole market an insult to humanity. However, humanity doesn't seem to see it. The challenge, now that's where the brainwashing comes in, because many people have heard these cliches their whole life. If it sounds too good to be true, then it must be too good to be true. Then it must not be real. You know, that's the stuff we heard from the 60s. You know, you can catch two birds with one stone, stuff like that. It's nice to hear that stuff, but don't let it cloud your vision here. The fact that I'm the only one that ever created a fully robotic trader that does this stuff is because I'm the only one that thinks out of the box, I guess. Maybe it's because I've got 50 years of programming experience, and in all those years, I was always in something that I maybe didn't mention to you guys. I was always in new design. I was never a maintenance programmer. A maintenance programmer means a program already exists, and Ed, we want you to add a field to this, or we want you to add something to it. I was never in that. I was always in new design. We have an idea for a system, and now we need to talk about how to create the best system. Those are the meetings I was always part of. Create something new that never existed before. Deliver the
Yeah.
impossible. And for some reason, I've always been in those groups. And
Hey, Ed,
so I'm just looking at the market differently than everyone else.
before we
Yes,
get to the Q&A, can you show people the top 50 traders? Because people say, how much money should I start with? Not everybody's got $200,000. Well, I wouldn't start for less than 5K, but some people are right now they're hurting a little bit. So you can make good money with 2, 3,000.
I don't care
You
if you
know,
start in paper trade mode and you start with $0. And here's why.
right.
Because once you watch the auto trader run, you'll learn. And this is the thing. It's what Simon said earlier. When we were joking around so much on Friday, it's because we were just at ease with the planet, man. I didn't even realize, that I don't know what this meeting is. I was happy to see my existing clients that were already there, shaking hands, and it was just meeting people, Desmond from the Philippines, and just, Heather, you didn't own the software, but I believe you were there, and it was good to see you and meeting new people. And it was just fun. It was just fun. And we were just, to us, this is just everyday things, man. I mean, this is just everyday trading. We don't even think about it. The auto traders, we already know it works. If you bought a washing machine, you already know it works. You already know how it works, whatever. And you know it's gonna wash your clothes or your dishwasher, you stick the dishes in there and you turn it on. You're not really giving it a lot of thought. If you went to a washing machine event, you wouldn't be talking about the inner workings of the washing machine. You'd just be meeting people and, eating with them and, like-minded people, having a good time. And that's what we were doing. We went there and just had a good time. I don't know if people thought we joke around. I remember one person on one of these webinars said, Ed, you're irreverent when it comes to the market. And I had to look that up to see what he meant. He said, what it means is you don't respect the market. And I'm like, the market doesn't respect me because they're trying to scare me out. They're trying to scare people out. Why would they want to scare you out? Think of that simple concept. I'll tell you why. It's a difference of how people behave. I, as an investor, a regular person, that is, now I'm not sitting with billions of dollars. I just want to make money. I want my auto trader to make money. But the wealthy, the uber, as Attila puts it, that's one of his words I think he made up. The uber wealthy, the real rich, they want to own all the money. They don't want to make some money. They want to own it all.
It's only
So they
been
want
that
to
way
scare
for
them.
generations. It's only been that way for generations. They
Yeah,
all
Yeah.
want
they
it.
want to make all the money. So they want to drive the little guy out. Now, there's a method for how they do it. All right. They push the price of the coins down. This is your open positions P&L. They push the price of the coins down. And when the price of the inventory that you're sitting on goes down in value, right? Because the price went down, that lowers your account value. Now, most people, you can think about it yourself, analyze yourself. Most people look at their account value, and when it goes down, they feel like they're losing money, and therefore
Yep.
they think they're losing.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason you're down, your account value is down, is because the inventory went down. I can't stop that. If you own something, if you own a house and the value of your house went down, you couldn't control that. You're not
That's
going to
right.
lose any sleep over that. It's
That's
when,
right.
so that's what's going on. So when the price goes down, people panic and sell out. Well, if you're filthy rich and you want to buy $30 million worth of a coin, you push the price down. Now, in your mind, you're saying, well, how can they do that? How can they push it down? They own 95% of the crypto. They can push it down. Just trust me on that. So they lower the price of the coin. That's why this coin's down 2% today. Why? It's not down because there's any negative news on the coin. All the coins are down. So there's no negative news. There's no reason. There's nothing wrong with the company. They just push the price of the coin down. That scares the little guy. That scares the average guy because they see their account value going down. And so they sell the coin off. And when you add up all the shares of that coin that are being sold by the little guy, the average guys, it adds up maybe to $30 million in one day or even more. Well, the whales, if they want to buy 30 million, they need people to sell. If you're not selling, then they don't have any shares to buy. That's reality. You can't buy. I cannot even buy one share of any one of these coins if there's not a seller on the other end. Somebody's got to be selling. And if I want a lot of people selling, the fastest way to get a lot of people to sell is to lower the price of the coin. And when you lower the price of the coin, the inventory goes down, the account value goes lower. I mean, this account was over $1 million 6 months ago. All right, it's at 566,000. Do you think I'm losing any sleep over it? Oh, because you know why? Because I'm sitting on all this inventory and that I bought at higher prices. And I'm saying, fine, you want to keep the market down in the gutter, go ahead and keep it there. I'm not going anywhere. I'm certainly not going to go out and spend the money. I can barely spend $7,000 a month. I don't have a house payment or a car payment. I don't have any expenses. So I mean, this is just free money that keeps coming into my account for free every month. So I'm not in a big rush. Some people feel like they got to make all their money in 1 week or 1 month or today. And I'm like, take it easy, man. When the market wants to give you money, you'll take it. Market wants to give me 469, I'll take it. What did I take here? On 127th, a few days ago, it just gave me $564. And I don't have my wallet in my pocket right now, but I found a dollar bill a couple of weeks ago. It blew right in front of me as I was walking out of a store. And I saw it on the street. And I picked it up, and it looked like it had been ran over 100 times. Attila, I showed that to you a couple of days ago, right?
Yep, you
Remember
did.
that dollar bill I
I
showed you in my
do.
wallet?
Yeah.
I just saved it like a good luck dollar. I mean, it's been run over probably 100 times. When I tried to open it, I was afraid it was just literally going to break up because it was ran over so many times. And I opened it up and I said, wait, I found that dollar. That dollar excites me more than that $564.
Doesn't it?
I mean, it's just, it's free money.
That's
That's the
right.
thing about the market is it's just free money. And it's
Uh,
not like a bank account where you don't get a statement once a month. You look at, oh, look, they gave me 2 cents interest. Throw that
yeah.
away. When you're
Uh,
making just free money on every day that these prices uptick. I
Ed,
mean,
we
look,
got to move. We got to move
all
along,
right.
Ed. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we got to get to that top 50 traders real quick. There's some
All
really
right.
good questions waiting for us.
Oh, good. Well, this top 50 traders here, what's
Yep.
important is not the ending balance because I don't know what your ending balance is going to be because people are putting money in, taking money out, and all that. And so But I look at how much did he start with 1 year ago? It's a 1 year report. And, how much money did he actually take off the table in physical profits?
These
He
are
took
real traders,
460.
real people with real traders.
Real people, real traders, no manual trades, by the way. If you
Hmm.
do a manual close or a manual open, do something manually, you're knocked off the report. You don't even show up. And
Oh,
so my
okay,
point
cool.
is, it doesn't matter what you start with. A metamorphosis will take place in your brain once you have an auto trader. You start getting into the understanding that you're just going to you're just going to keep pounding out free money. And that's the important thing Edward calls this the ultimate savings account. You just put money into your savings account, into your account, and watch it just take free money.
And it's much
People are,
better. Let me interject. As a matter of fact, I sent this to Attila earlier. $10,200 in the savings accounts, which by the way, before you or get concerned, it's just a holding account that I use as expenses in passing through. But on a $10,200 balance last month, they just sent me an email that I made 1 penny.
My
Wow.
man,
that's
well
in a
done.
bank.
Well done. 1 penny.
One
Wait, you
penny.
got a penny.
Look
I
at
gotta
all
go
that
there.
risk you did over there. God bless you, man. 1 penny. Woo!
But what you failed to mention is they got 30% that month,
True.
loaning your money out to other people.
Or maybe even back to me on a credit card for 39%.
That's a good one. Or they
That's
slapped
that's
you with a
exactly
penny, or,
that's
or
exactly
slapped
what
you with some
happened.
kind of a penalty for a late check.
Right.
Well, but
I mean, it's an insult to humanity the way we're being treated. But
Yep.
but I noticed millions of people still have bank accounts, so I guess you can't change the public. You can't change the way they think, and
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them. But what are you gonna do? What can you do? I help everyone I can help. And I love the people I'm helping. We're all having a good time.
Well, those of
It
you that
wasn't just
saw us
me
at
on
the
Friday.
at the show at Alan's show, we're no different than anybody else. I put my pants on backwards just like you do.
yeah, you did. I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, what did I
Out in the
All
say?
parking
right.
lot. You were out in the parking lot. What are you doing? Minor wardrobe malfunction.
So
All right.
what's important here is it doesn't matter what you start with. Your brain will once you realize what it does, then you get started. Even if now somebody says, "Well, why would somebody only start with like $200 after they just paid 3,500 for the software?" Well, maybe they're just testing the waters, and and once they see what it does, then they go ahead and throw 20,000 in,
Can I say
and that
something
happens
about
a lot.
testing the waters? Can I say something about testing the waters? We sometimes have people say, can I buy this like just for 1 or 2 months to try it out and test the waters?" And I'm like, listen, this has been around. It's not, does it work? Can it work? Will it work? It's been working 25 years. The test is over.
You
There's
know
no
when the
need for a
test
test.
ended for me? When mentally even though I saw my auto traders were making money good, but that's only I see it and the world doesn't see it. Didn't see it I mean, my clients saw it, but everybody didn't see it. The test really for me came when TD Ameritrade called me in 2006 and said, "Will you connect the auto trader to us so our clients can use it?" And I'm like, "Whoa, why are you calling me and how do you even know me?" And his answer, and some of you have already heard it, his answer was, "You're real." I said, "You're right, I am real." So that was the ultimate answer for me. You're
Mhm.
real. And I'm like, "Thank you. Thank you for calling that out." And instantly I got 5,000 new subscribers, all from TD Ameritrade overnight.
What a
And that's
great
when I
result.
had to start. And up to then, I was giving it away free. The auto traders, I had to start charging because then I had to hire support people and all that, and more servers, and change the whole game. So, but yeah, that was in 2006 is when it really kicked in that I released something that the world really didn't have. Because kind of before that, I was thinking, why wouldn't the world already have this? I didn't realize I created something that the world never saw.
Yep. Ed, go down
Yeah.
to the bottom of this report if you would, please. I
Sure.
want to see the who's in currently in last place. All right, so yeah,
51%.
just focus on the 51%. Where else are you gonna make that kind of money with cash flow and access and security of your money?
That's what I'm talking about. I kind of get a little scrutinized on my channel when I talk about the Go Baby Trader. I've done all these videos. I'm still continuing to do so. Recently, I had a comment that says, "Why did you start with $200?" And I mean, my simple answer was because it's far more important to get the machine that does the job as opposed to sit, wait, put your money in somewhere else, and then allow life the beautiful opportunity to come and take that money from you, and then you still don't get the trader. You still don't get the machine. You're still not making money while you sleep. So, starting with 200 bucks, you can always add more money to the
Right.
trader all day long. Get a paycheck, put a little bit more in. Another paycheck, get a little bit more in. Have a yard sale, sold all the tools that you didn't want, boom, put the money in. You know,
Good
I was,
point.
tr- you know,
Really
Ed,
good
that's,
you
point.
ready?
uh,
So
you
Ed,
know,
you ready
go
for
ahead.
some Q&A? We got some good, really good questions lined up.
Sure. And you can click on these view details and you can see what coins they're trading and what their profit goal is set at and when to add and max lots allowed. There's
Yep.
75% trading window going down. One thing before we start, you notice in my entire discussion, I never said we bought it up here and it went up. I said you bought a coin and it went down and now let the game begin. That's what the bucket and the well. I never said you bought it up here and the bucket went up. I said the bucket went down. The price of the coin went down. Let the game begin. We're dealing with a down market here. This whole losing market, we're just cleaning up in a down market. Going up is a no-brainer. You're selling at a profit. Don't even worry about it. And there will always be a down from where you went in. Don't even worry about that either. Because the market always goes, just like silver this month. It went all the way up to like, I don't know, how high did it go? 100 and what?
120,
121.
122 or
Oh,
something like
man,
that.
it went to 121, but then it came all the way back down to 75. And there's your down market from 121 to down to 75. And if you have an auto trader, even though the coin went down, you're still trading it. Buy and holders, they rode it all the way to 121, then they rode it all the way back down. They didn't make one penny. If they were trading, they would have been buying and selling the whole time up and the whole time down.
Exactly. Amen to
Yep.
that. All
Yep.
right, Ed, do
Attila,
you want
before
to?
you transition, I just posted talk about doing your own research for a second. I just posted the Staple Cruise exclusive discount link.
Okay.
You can, before you even make the decision or decide what you can do, you just click on that link. It'll take you to the front page as Ed showed you. You can look at the top trader. You can look at the top trading reports. You can do all the research. You can look at all of the videos if it helps you better understand. As well as we're here every other week to have you join us, ask questions, of which now we're getting ready to go into the Q&A. Ask questions where there's nothing to hide here, as Ed always says, hasn't said it tonight yet. This is not a black box. This is a system that literally just works, as Simon just talked about. And if we have time at the end, I'll show you a online calculator that will give you the opportunity to hope and dream big, where you can run scenarios on if I did this over a certain period of time, what do I have? And hopefully that nets out to creating a legacy for your children's children. But this gives you the only opportunity to do that. So,
All
So
right.
we just
Thank
told
you.
you intimately how the system works every step of the way, how AI works. So if you're ever thinking of going anywhere else, ask them to tell you intimately how it works. You don't want to buy a black box. You don't want to buy something that where you're in the dark.
Yeah.
yep.
And
Um,
then when you want to withdraw money, you don't know how. You
Yeah.
know, you don't want that kind of stuff. You want 100% control of your money anytime you want. That's one thing we
Amen.
didn't talk about. Your funds are sitting in Coinbase or Kraken. The auto trader has no access to your funds or your coins or anything.
Mhm.
The auto trader can only see your Coinbase account and send orders to Coinbase. And then Coinbase executes the orders. The money and the fiat and the coins all stay in Kraken or Coinbase, excuse me. They never come back down into GoBabyTrade. GoBabyTrade never has access to anything.
Yep.
Hmm.
I
Amen to
like that.
that. Amen to that. Ed, you going to keep your jacket on?
Well, I thought about it. Why?
Oh.
Uh,
I
All right. So
have
let's
a short sleeve shirt on
oh,
today.
okay. Maybe you
Well,
could
keep the guns put away. Keep the guns put away, Ed. Keep the
maybe
guns
you
put
could
away.
stop the screen share and then let's go into the Q&A. We got a lot of good ones. Okay, Edward, do you want me to grab the first one?
yes, indeed. My and I apologize. My screen is locking up on this side. So if I tell you
Okay,
that it's locked up, I can't see the questions. I can see
I
them
got it.
now, and then they just disappeared.
Okay, so the first question comes from Paul German. Paul, thank you for asking this. He says, thanks for taking the time to do this presentation, guys. Um, do I need a paid subscription to Kraken account to use the trader, or is a regular Kraken account sufficient? Well, I could tell you, um, I, I only know one account with Kraken, and that's just go to the computer and open an account. I'm not sure how you're differentiating between a paid subscription or a regular Kraken account. Maybe you're talking about a corporate account because they do have the ability to set up a corporate account at Kraken. But it's just you go to Kraken or Coinbase, you set up an account, you go. Okay. Um, can I still, his second part of his question, can I still use a Coinbase account if I choose auto trader coins that I do not have? Example, I have XCN for a long time hold on Coinbase. Would it not be wise to use XCN if I put the auto trader on Coinbase? That's personal preference. It's up to you. Let me just say one word to the wise. And I found out about this the hard way. So, oh, by the way, Carrie, congratulations. I just read she
Yes.
just pulled the trigger. She is on board. She's ready to rock and roll. All right, good.
Welcome
Way
aboard,
to go,
Carrie.
girl. Um, Real happy for you. So anyway, what happened to me was I had Coinbase and I had quite a few coins on there. And I chose three coins to start with when Ed and I were on the Zoom and I got started. And one of the three coins that I chose to put in the trader, I forgot it was sitting as I was hodling that in Coinbase. So what did it do? It sucked in all of that coin. So if you have any cryptos on your Coinbase now that you do not want trading in the trader, make sure you don't choose that as one of your coins. But if you do want to trade it, no problem. Just send it off to another exchange, or you could put that in what's called a portfolio. I believe, Ed, isn't
In
that what it's called?
Coinbase, Coinbase has portfolios. We can
Portfolio,
help
yeah,
you create a portfolio where, like, say you have XCN already inventory and you don't want the auto trader to touch your inventory. You
right.
can move that into a separate portfolio and then still trade XCN.
Mm.
You'll be buying and selling in your primary portfolio, your default portfolio, but the XCN that you moved off into another portfolio will still be sitting there. But if you
Yep,
want XCN, you want the auto trader to suck in your current XCN and start trading it, you can do that also. Just put
right.
XCN in your trader and it'll trade it. If you put XCN in here, all you do is you come down here and add XCN, XCN. I would come down, I would click up here, I would click equal funds. It would borrow money from all these other symbols and it would give it
Yep,
41,000 to work with and away you go.
yeah, perfect.
It's
Thank
so
you.
easy. The system is so simple to use. You'll pick up on it real fast. But give us a call. I mean, once you do something, you can just send email to support@gobabytrade.com. We help people every single day. And you know
Edward,
I
did
love
you
talking. You know, if you can get through my jokes, I'll be able to help you.
Uh,
Edward, did you put in our support emails? Because we're
I have
working.
not yet, but let me take a second to congratulate Paul, Roger, and David that all just pulled the trigger as well
Oh,
on the trader.
Good.
That's
Good
spectacular.
decision,
Welcome
guys.
aboard. Really,
Good
seriously,
decision.
we're here to help.
You're going to love this thing. It just plain works, makes money for you. Okay, so
Okay.
next question is by,
Yep. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let me do what you
okay.
asked. Okay. I just posted support at GoBabyTrade.com. We also have support at financial intelligence, the number 4, the letter U.com. You can communicate with any of us. More non-technical questions. If it's I just bought the trader, such as Carrie, and you want some help getting set up, we can set up a quick Zoom. We can walk through, answer your questions, and get you set up. The third link is you'll see crypto.gobabytrade.com/FAQ, frequently asked questions. It's an AI-driven frequently asked questions, which you can also enter if you go to the discount link. And if you're curious or you went, oh, geez, I should ask this question, you can go in there, you can type it in, and you'll get your answer.
Okay, thank you
Yep,
very
there
much.
you go.
Here's FAQ in here.
Yeah,
You can click in stuff like add shares or add symbols.
and by the way, Ed, I got to interject because I want everybody to understand Mr. Barsano and his son do not stop programming and making this trader better. I bought it just 22 months ago, March 26, 2024. What he's showing you now, that Q&A where it's automated, was not on there. He added that in the last couple years.
And the
Actually,
videos on every page.
that was not there either when I bought the
That
trader.
wasn't there. The
No.
heartbeat, health meter.
The
If I
health
click
meter
on
was not
health
there.
meter,
Right,
this tells you the status of the state of your trader. It's
right.
loading right now. It
All right.
actually
Well, while
tells you
it's
if there's any. Oh, look, just informational trader in simulation mode, not trading with real funds. All right, we still got work to do. We still have
okay.
work to do on that because we are live trading.
All
So,
right.
so there's a few little. That's just words. But all this other stuff is green. What's the other thing that we added? Oh, if you have symbols that you told it to quit trading, there's a button down here that you don't see right now. This Swift under here, it would say hide unknown symbols. That's there now. So sometimes people opt out of a bunch of symbols and they put in new symbols and they don't want all those old symbols to show up at the bottom. You can
Right.
just click that hide unknown symbols at the bottom, and they'll all just disappear from that list.
Very
Usually they're
cool.
at the bottom of the list.
Okay, so let me move on to Dean's question. Dean, I answered this in the chat, but I'll answer it again. Simon told me he receives daily summaries of buys, sells, profits, losses, and fees, and that you can use those to report, I guess, for taxes. So I presume that you can file with 365 records, meaning daily records. Is this accurate? The trader has nothing to do with taxes or fees. What you've got to understand is that that's a function of the exchange. Kraken or Coinbase, right around this time of the year, in fact, a couple days ago is when they sent out the notice. Your profit and loss statement is available in your back office. It'll say that. You
So I'd like
click
to bring
on
some.
that, you print it, you hand it off to your CPA if you wish, and the rest is done by them. Okay? It's that simple.
I would like to bring some clarity on that because Dean was staying with me and a few others at
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Alan's house there. So, and can I share my screen real quick just to bring
Of
clarity?
course.
Yes.
Yeah, let me.
Because we went over this, and
Let
I,
me get
and I
out
really
of.
want
Let
to.
me unshare. I
Yeah,
just stopped sharing.
I don't want to.
Okay, bear with me,
I'm all about
Simon.
clearing up the confusion. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and while you're bringing that up, let me also add my 2 XRP to the equation.
Whoa, you
What
baller! Oh, wow.
what we didn't cover was when you set a profit goal. I believe Ed, still comes defaulted to 3% on the downside and 3% on the upside.
There you go.
Whatever your profit goal is, the software calculates in the fees. It already knows what the trading fees are going to be in and out. So it calculates it. For example, if your profit goal was 3%, it calculates in, say, 3.15%. So it will capture it will capture your profit goal and the fees, which means it's a double good for you because the trader paid for the fees essentially. Here's the second good news. The second good news is those fees that you paid, even though you really didn't pay them in the net because it trades on a net, you still get to deduct those fees. So you didn't really pay them and you got to deduct them. And, and just recently, and I'll have to send this out in an article, is that the trader trades at such a high frequency that the IRS considers you a trader if over the year's time that you're trading so many times. You can actually change your profession wherever you are asked for your profession as a professional trader, which means, and go look this up, I'm not giving you tax advice, it means that all of your fees are deductible. That's in layman's anyway.
Right.
The cost of the
I
software,
traded in trading
right,
houses, so that's true.
Right. The cost of the software is deductible because it's a trading tool. It's an educational trading tool. So, as Attila said, don't be afraid of the fees. That is a function of the exchange. But I just told you how you can get a double positive out of paying the fees that you really didn't pay, and you get to deduct them.
Yeah, the auto trader automatically adds the fee to the profit goal. So if you were going for 5%, it might add a couple, maybe even 1% more. So the profit goal will then be 6% when the trader's running. So it actually makes that extra percent to cover that fee. Plus, then the broker is, you're double dipping there. The other thing is here, I notice on the trader, you see at the bottom there, added to declining position AI. I didn't talk about that, but it shows that it has AI at the end of it. That means when the price of the coin was going lower and the software said, I want to buy more, AI kicked in and said, hold on, don't buy it yet. That price is going to go lower in a few minutes. So it held off and it didn't buy it. It actually let the price go lower before it bought it. I mean,
look at all those beautiful open trades on one day.
Yeah, that is. You want to go down there, baby. Remember what I always say, I'm the opposite of Hillary Clinton.
Wow.
She says, when they go low, we go high. I guess that's a moral thing. We're not looking for morals in the market. I'm looking for money. When they go low, we go low. You want to go down there? I'll go down there with you. Now I got the market trapped. Never feel, let me tell this to everybody, never feel that you're down. You're the only one down. Baloney. When you're down, the whole world's down. And remember this, BlackRock's down $1 trillion. You're down, what, a couple dollars? A couple thousand maybe?
Yeah.
Pennies compared to what they're down.
Sure. Down
so
is
don't
good
worry
anyway.
about it.
Yeah, down is
They're
good.
going to drive that market back up, and when they do, you're going to clean up.
All
Absolutely.
right, Simon, the floor is yours, buddy.
I appreciate that. And Edward, thank you.
Hold on, I got one more thing. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Ed, you look a little thirsty. It's time to have some smart water. Okay, smart water break.
I'm joking, Simon. I know it.
It's all good. Edward, thank you for talking about the fees, because that's what I was really trying to communicate to Dean, that when I've looked at transactions over at Coinbase, there was discrepancies. I noticed that right off the bat. As discrepancies meaning, wait a minute, Coinbase says this was my profit, but GoBabyTrade says this is my profit. What gives? And it literally was how the difference between calculating the fees as a cost, that's the GoBaby way, versus Coinbase is like, oh no, this is how much you made, and then later down the equation, then we're gonna take out the fees. So I was telling Dean that this right here, my actual profit after calculating for the fees at Coinbase, the commissions and all that, that's the real gain. And so I use this as my actual profit. This is what I'm going to actually have to pay taxes on when submitted CPA. But I'm also presenting both forms. The one that Attila talked about moments ago, right? I get one from the exchange, and I'm using this as the no. Here's the reality of the situation. That's not what's really going on. And as Edward was saying earlier, being able to count your trading commissions and fees as an expense. I wouldn't say deductible, but it's the cost of doing business. So that was the cost of getting that coin, and that was the cost of selling that coin. So And Dean, it's not every day either. The only time that I get these reports right here emailed me, which by the way, Ed, thank you for doing that. That's like super super awesome. Like there's so much I love about this thing just to keep things a little organized in my chaotic world. But I get these every time that there's a sell, and it shows the sell, but it's really a snapshot of everything that happened that day. But I only get this when there is a liquidation of a coin or coins, which, by the way, I mean, look, this one right here, it might be 13 cents, but I'm super happy about that 13 cents. That's the highest profit I've gotten thus far using this trader. And I just love the fact that it's working. But again, to reiterate, Dean, I only get this when there's liquidations. It happens to show some open positions that it also made that day. And I personally use this to communicate the reality of the situation because, in my opinion, and this is just my humble opinion, how Coinbase, I don't know about Kraken, but how Coinbase articulates the information on a transaction is very misleading because those fees are expenses and the cost of doing business. So anybody else would like to add to that, please?
I will. First off, didn't you start this account with $100 and now it's at 140?
$200, and right now I'm at 100. I'm at 140, but as Ed talked about today, account value, that is the cash I have ready to fire when we're ready, plus my current assets at the current market price today. So that means if the market drops another 10%, my account value is going to show, hey, these assets are 10%. Your current assets that you're holding are now worth 10% less.
10%
I'm
less.
not, but I'm not losing
But
money.
the profits are still adding up.
The profits are still adding up. I literally only look at two. How much money did I make today? By the way, on January 31st, the sheet that I was showing, I was on the back porch talking with Ed. Or no, you already left out. I was on the back porch talking with somebody else. Down in Florida, I made 34 cents for the day. While I was sleeping, while I was eating, while I was shaking hands, while I was at a taco truck. It made 34 cents. But the year to date, that means the January 1st going to today, I've made $4.81. Again, I didn't have to do that.
That's
at
almost
all.
5%. You already made 5% in 1 month.
Right.
Which is, if you add that 5 times 12 is 60%. You're on track to do 60% on the year.
Right.
That's the power of the auto trader. I think that's so cool in a really dramatically down market.
Yep.
The other thing is, I feel like the easiest way to explain the way the broker logs the trades versus the way we do the trades. If you buy a coin up here and the price drops down to the bot down here, and the auto trader buys more down here, when this one at the bottom goes up a little, we sell it profitably.
Right.
But the brokers log it as if you sold that top one all the way down here. They're showing a big fat loss. Just like the woman today, or it was either today or yesterday, she sent email and she said her auto trader shows she made $14,000 from the bottom one selling profitably. But the broker logged it as if she sold the highest ones at a loss. The broker shows she took a $22,000 loss. That's the beauty. That's what gets reported to the IRS. A loss, not a gain. Thank you. That's how the wealthy get richer. You know, but most people don't do that. Most people go all in up here, and they really are selling at a loss, you know, which is a huge loss. But that's not, so that's why the rich get to log their trades as losses. So the rich get richer. Right, HIFO, highest in, first out. I don't know if they have that for the stock market. I mean, for 25 years, I always saw last in, first out, or first in, first in, first out, as opposed to last in, which is the bottom one, selling it profitably. Last in, first out.
All right,
So,
perfect.
so
Guys,
everything about the crypto market is positive compared to the stock market.
Gotta move on, guys. Thank you for that, and thanks for your
Sorry, Attila.
feedback, Simon.
Yes, thank you.
So this is from Dean also. So Ed, what if I decide to get started with this in my current Kraken account, and then later I plan to establish an account under my future UNA? That's the unincorporated
Association.
association.
Hmm.
Will you be able to help me disconnect the GoBabyTrade from my current account and then link it to my new UNA
Great,
account?
great question.
That would
Is the
incentivize.
UNA account a Coinbase account or a Kraken account?
Yes.
As long as it
Yes.
is,
Yes,
then yeah, we can move.
yeah,
We move accounts
that
over
that's
all the
easy.
time.
Yep.
That's easy. That's not even a blip on the radar screen as far as degree of
No,
difficulty.
people
So
do that a
Yeah.
lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
People
okay.
say I want to move my account from Coinbase to Kraken, and we help them do that. We have a
Yep.
process, the
Yep.
Okay,
steps.
so here's a good question from Zip Z. Actually, Zip Z has two questions. So the first one is how can you dollar cost average with one trader? I
Oh
want to
yeah.
use the trader to accumulate, like an example, XRP, but buy and sell to build the account value with the other coins.
Easy.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Ed, do you want to answer that?
You
Yeah,
want
I
to
can.
show it?
If I share my screen real fast.
Yeah,
Yep. Go
sure.
right ahead.
We'll make time for that. That's important. It's
All
actually a
right,
good
this is
question.
It's a great
takes only
question.
2 seconds.
Great
You
question.
go to
Yeah.
the
Thanks, Zip.
select currency screen, and then
Select.
hide the screens, this floating thing. It's just like this. It's like I did right here with
Uh-huh.
XCN. I'm gonna say I want to accumulate. I'm gonna say allow it to add to advancers because I don't need to. These I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna add on decliners and I'm gonna allow them selling them as they go higher. But this one I'm gonna allow it to buy on decliners and I'm gonna allow it to add on advancers. Because what if I buy it at $1 and it goes to $1.20? I need to be able to add to the advancer. I don't need to add to advancers on these other ones because when it goes higher, they sell off. So you're always adding to a decliner. Whereas this one is, I'm going to DCA into this one. So I'm adding to decliners and I'm adding to advancers, but I'm not selling it off.
Right.
So you don't need multiple auto traders to do that. You can just do it right here.
Right.
There it
So just
is.
You
just to
you un
summarize, let me just say this real quick, Edward. To summarize for everybody, when you're dollar cost averaging with one coin and the rest are trading normally, buy, sell, you check the first one and the middle one, but not the one that says allow sell. That simple. Edward, you want to say something?
That's
Or not?
exactly what I was going to say.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys are like using the same brain.
Yeah,
He
well,
says,
we've done it once or twice before.
yeah, Zip Z says in the comment, I wish I would have known about this years ago. Well, you and everybody else.
Hey, wait a minute. I was
Just
thinking
like
the
a
same
dividend
exact
paying whole
thing.
life insurance policy, right, Zip?
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. I wish I would have signed up 6 months ago, or I've been looking for something like this my whole life. Somebody said I went to the internet, a while ago, and I just started searching because I figured somebody must have automated this thing eventually. And then they ran across me because we don't
So
advertise, it's just word of mouth.
Zip Z has a follow-up question. He says, so the 30-day profits shown as an example, you could take and use that, correct? So then the
Yes.
Whatever's
trader,
in your profit saved, you
yeah.
can spend. That's the auto trader, like that $9,677 down there. The auto trader's not using it, it's just cash.
Can you show the screen under manage profits so people see that? This is cool because it defaults to saving 100%.
Yeah.
In my other trader, I had $300,000 in there in saved money in my current profit saved. I took last year on my anniversary, I bought a Range Rover for 200,000, and that cash was just sitting there because I saved it. The auto trader wasn't using it, and it was building up. So I
Mm-hmm.
just threw away a couple 100,000 with no regard for money at all. Which sounds, I don't know if that sounds arrogant or whatever, but if you just have no regard for it because it's just like free money. Like I said, I call the market an insult to humanity. It's just free money when you do it right. The public doesn't get that. Most people don't get that. It's a hard sell and it's a hard time. It's like, man, how do when you're even talking to people, they probably think you're full of baloney, right? So it's tough. when you're the only guy saying that it's free money, and they're like, no way could it be free money. And I'm like, this really is the simplest game in town. But you got to do it right, and I realize it's taken me many years to nail it down, and with the help of all the users sharing, clients sharing with me. I see all the years as the years went by. I saw the stuff that worked and the stuff that didn't work, and I got rid of the stuff that didn't work, and I finally reduced it down to just chase money. Don't let that market breathe without giving you money. They want to
That's
go
right.
down, I'll buy more. Now I
That's
got
right.
them trapped there,
That's right.
literally trapped.
Yep.
And every time they try to even do a little wiggle, give me money. And that
Ed,
money just adds up.
what do I always say to you about what you've done about making money? You've made making money boring.
I know. I know. And the thing is, I make it sound easy, and it really is, though, as easy as I'm making it sound, it really is that easy. Of course, you can't do it on paper. You can't keep track of all this stuff.
No.
But
Yeah.
it really is a simple, very, very simple concept.
Uh,
7-Elevens use it, Quick Marts use it, grocery stores use it. They put product on the shelf and they sell it at a higher price. End of
okay.
story. Quit
End of
acting like
story.
it's harder
All
than what it is.
right.
People make it harder. People turn the crypto market or the stock market, they turn it into craps like they're in a casino
Did you
or
Yep.
say? Did you
or a
say?
roulette wheel or whatever.
Did you
Did I
say
say
end
a
of?
roulette wheel? What's a roulette wheel?
Did you say end of story?
I
End of
forgot
story.
what roulette is, and I'm in
So
Vegas.
Dean asks also the Clarity Act is going to rule out a larger number of tokens, i.e. meme coins.
Good,
Would
let
it
it
be
go. There's 10,000. There's probably 20,000 garbage coins out there. Let them get rid of it.
okay? Hold on. Would it be prudent to wait until the dust settles rather than risk a total loss from a token that ceases to exist following the passage of the Clarity Act? Simple, one word, no. Pick good quality coins. You now have the ability to do your own research.
Yeah.
Anything that is technically, I'm not a huge fan of meme coins, but if you want good quality projects, choose good quality projects. Swift, SPA, Giga, SUI, XCN. Those are all ones that are going to survive the consolidation. So no, you will lose thousands of dollars, or let me rephrase that. You will miss out on making thousands of dollars if you wait.
I
But
don't. I
wait a minute. I
don't.
would really like to know how they're going to rule these coins out. You can't just rule out coins.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know if the premise of your question about them being ruled out is accurate or not. But let me say this. I prefer, it's just my preference, to use the high utility coins like a SUI, like an XRP, like a Ondo, ENA. Morpho does amazing for me. These are not going, none of them are meme coins. Now, if I do use a meme
Swift,
coin,
SPA.
if I do use a meme coin, I would use the ones that I know have amazing market caps, like over $1 billion market cap,
Shiba
like
Inu.
Bonk, the big ones.
You
All right,
notice something. Coinbase has and Kraken have they vetted the coins.
Johnny
There's
G.
only every month this number gets bigger and bigger. They're slowly adding more coins. Every month they add a few more coins.
Right. Hey, Ed,
So, but there's not 10,000 coins here. They only let us use so many and they vet these coins.
they do. They do very well. Okay, there's one question left, but I don't understand it. Johnny G is asking, what if you have, I think he means to say exciting
Oh,
coins in Coinbase. I don't know. I don't know.
existing. I think he's saying existing coins on
Oh,
Coinbase.
okay. Yeah,
So that's
you're
yeah.
probably right. You're probably right. Okay,
Hmm.
so I just touched on that 5, 10 minutes ago. If you have existing coins in Coinbase and you're okay with that being sucked in as one of the three coins you want the trader to trade, then leave them there. But if you want to trade only half of the coins that, let's say you have XRP and you have 10,000 XRP and you want the trader to trade 5,000 of them, if you don't put that in the other 5,000 in a portfolio or get it off that Coinbase exchange, the trader will suck it in to be traded. That's just fair warning. So put your money in USDC. That's if it's Coinbase. Now, if you do Kraken, there is no USDC that connects to the trader. It's US dollars, USD, which is fine. But I hope that answers your question, Johnny G. And that does it for hey, those were really good questions, actually.
Yeah, they
Uh,
were.
and one of the questions we didn't get, actually, one more just popped in. John
Yep.
Johnson. I
John
thought you
Johnson.
could only put money into trade. Are you saying I can put my
Hmm.
XRP to
Great
trade?
question. Great question.
Yes.
It'll
Yeah. Great.
sell it.
Yeah.
If you said don't allow it to sell, then it'll bring it into so the auto trader will manage it, but it won't sell it, and therefore it won't free up any money to be able to be used for buying more. So you would need USD or USDC in order to trade with.
Right. In other words, and that takes, you told me once it takes 1 or 2 hours for that coin to be pulled into the
One
chain.
hour.
1 hour. Okay. Thanks, John.
So yeah.
Zip
So for
Z.
oh, go ahead. I just want to bring back to John Johnson's question there. So just for clarity, so if I didn't want to use dollars and I wanted to use XRP and I wanted this trader, this amazing trader, to trade my XRP, and then would it do it? Would it do? Is there a way for me to say I only want you to have a cap of X amount of XRP or dollars per trade, and then it would execute that from from flipping on the switch, or would it just say, nope, we're gonna use a big chunk, sell a bunch, use a big chunk, sell a bunch, use a big chunk, sell a bunch, and then that liquidity, cash or USDC on Coinbase, would be available to start trading other coins?
No, the answer is you don't tell it how much to trade per trade. You tell it how
Perfect.
much money to allocate for the coin totally.
Right.
And then the software uses the rules at the bottom here where it sees how much money you have to trade. You already told
Right.
it 41,000.
Right.
It's saying do equal funds,
Yep.
um, add shares on 3% drops or
Yep.
moves up and down. How many lots? So it says expected trading window is 100%. It uses all this in its formula to decide how much money to allocate per trade. You don't
Right.
just
So
tell it how much money to per trade because you wouldn't get the math right.
yeah, no,
You
no, I
might
wouldn't.
put all the
I'm like,
money, you might use half the money
yeah,
on one trade.
that's
You want to
right,
let the
totally.
software do the math.
Right.
This
So
software has already vetted, has already we already know over the years what works and what doesn't work. And when we let you just tell it how much money to put in per trade, people put in the wrong amounts.
right.
And they use up all their money at the top. And then like you might say, I want to trade in $10,000 lot sizes. And the
Right.
software you only have 41,000 to work with. That means you would only have four buys, one, two, three, four, and then you'd be broke, and then
Yeah, you're
coin would
locked
go
out.
lower, and you'd be stuck
Yeah,
up here because you
right.
ran out of money up there, and
Right.
then the coin would go down here, and you're missing all this up down action, as
Right.
opposed to let the software divide it up so it knows how much money to allocate per trade. That's one
Right.
of
And
the
that
common questions we get is I want more money. People say, I want more of my money, being
mhm,
used up front. And I'm like, no, you can't do that.
you're right.
You're going to use up all your money at the top and you won't have any money to trade down here. And this is where the action is. Where the price is doesn't matter. You can trade whether it's up here or down here. I'm gonna still be pumping money at the bottom down here. Okay? So you always
Yes.
want to be trading.
Yeah, you always
Always
want to
be
be trading.
trading.
So so that would be are you saying I could put my XRP to trade? The real answer is no. It's not going to use your XRP in the same manner that Ed is talking about how it uses the cash or stable coin. So, in my personal opinion, I would not use your XRP, throw it in there, and then tell the trader to sell your XRP because it's not going to work in the same manner as if you used cash on the initial startup or at all. So,
Well, it will if you go like this. If you uncheck that and check that and allow it to start trading it. Because then
okay.
it'll sell it off and buy and convert it to cash. A lot of people sometimes just take a coin like XRP where they already have a bucket of that coin they own and just sell it off and go to cash, go to
Yeah,
USD or
right,
USDC,
right,
and
right,
just let
right.
the auto trader use the money.
Sure.
Because the auto trader will use proper money management
Right,
and risk management
right.
to make sure that you're always in the game, always able to trade, no matter where the price goes. That's when you got the market trapped wherever it goes. They can't stop you from trading.
Exactly,
Right.
and that would be, in my opinion, the best move if you wanted to use some of your digital assets. But that's my own opinion. My own opinion.
Or go that way and that way, but that's not going to free up any cash to be able to be used
To
to
be
buy
bouncing around.
anything.
Yeah,
That's just going to use up your cash.
that's an accumulation move. That's an accumulation move
Right.
only, right? Yeah,
That's a
All right.
DCA only.
right.
Perfect. Good questions, folks. So
Very good.
on your behalf and on behalf of the Staple crew and Alan Staple and Simon Says, um, you need to know that we're here every other Monday. Now, this week was an exception because many of us were down at the Fort Lauderdale event, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Met some great people down there.
A lot of great people.
But we'll be back here on hold on a second, I believe it's the 16th. Yeah, the 16th of February.
Yep.
Okay, so mark your calendars. And Mr. Barsano joins us every 2 weeks. He's kind enough to spend this time with us, answering your questions and explaining the trader. Ed, I can't thank you enough for joining us again.
Likewise. Likewise.
Simon,
Go Navy.
you really participate well, Simon. So we appreciate you being here.
Well,
Edward, any parting words?
Yeah, I just posted, as you guys were wrapping up, I just posted Alan's exclusive discount link. I also put in, again, the support at GoBabyTrade.com and support at Financial Intelligence for You, as well as I put our YouTube channel, which is Zoom will send you probably by the end of tomorrow the replay, but you can always look at the replays and find all of our financial intelligence on our YouTube channel as well. So with that, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for your valuable time and your attendance, and you're welcome to come back and join us anytime. We appreciate you, and thank you. Congratulations to everybody that jumped on, that we met. You saw that we're real. You bought the trader, and you are automating part of your financial life. So congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, I
Mr.
got to echo that.
Sorry, Mr. Barsano, Simon, Attila, we work very well together as a team. I am so happy and so proud to know you gentlemen and have the opportunity to teach people what they were never taught in school.
Amen to that. Appreciate it.
Can I say one thing though, real fast here, just on a very serious note?
Yes.
A very serious note, and it's a concern I have. Edward seems to have shrank during this meeting because that plant, either the plant grew or Edward shrank.
I was scooting my chair back. So are you sure you're not on Kraken?
There we go.
Yeah, we don't have too much fun, do we, folks? Anyway,
no.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thanks, everybody.
Congratulations, really, from the bottom of my heart. I'm really proud of all of you that pulled the trigger tonight, and there's a few that say they're going to pull it in the next few days. So congratulations. You're going to love this thing. It really does what we say that it's done over the last 25 years. And there's one thing in business that I hate, and that's looking stupid. And I would never say anything. I would never promote anything that makes me look bad. I think, Edward, you feel the same. And I know this man, Ed Barsano, since 2012. He is as real as it gets.
I have no pride whatsoever.
He truly just wants everybody, as many people as possible, taking advantage of this and enhancing their lives with making money in their sleep. So with that, everybody, go forth and multiply your money with the trader, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
thanks for being here.
See you in a couple of weeks. If there's anything you need, we're here. Shoot us a message. Schedule some time with us. You're in the game.
All right.
Congratulations.
Bye for now.
God bless all of you. Thank you.
Go Hawks.